Let's back up. You know a little bit about the state budget. Where's Missouri's finances right now?
Right now, we're in good shape. Our numbers last month, I think off the top of my head, I was talking with our Senate budget folks yesterday. I mean, still double-digit monthly growth.
How do you explain it? You're a business owner. You're one of the few business owners when you talk about creating jobs you actually have.
Sure.
It just doesn't make sense to me that we'd be growing like this still.
I think it's still it's pent up demand in my opinion. Still, I think there's a lot of people that 2020 was such a weird and odd and often shut down year.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of pent up demand. I think there's a lot of money that's sitting out that people need to, want to, should invest and spend. And a lot of folks, if travel's harder, you're not spending money going places. And so you're spending it on your kids, you're spending it on your house. I mean, I hear stories all the time about people that are doing home improvements right now because they've got a little bit extra money in their bank account.
So where does that, between the inflation, pent-up demand by definition will end. Do you start saving some of that money for the state? I mean, it just feels like to me there's a day of reckoning for all the money that's been outlaid. But then I see the state has what, $1 billion, $1.5 billion?
Almost $2 billion sitting right now.
First of all, what are you going to do with that money?
Well, lucky for me, I'm only the vice chairman, right? So our good Senator Hageman's got another year in the helm.
You gonna do a little broadband though? That'd be part of this?
The governor's got a $400 million broadband rollout program, which if COVID showed us anything, where in my opinion we still have considerable work to do, it's with high-speed internet in rural Missouri.
Yep. Okay,
we still have a handful of schools in this state where those kids don't have high-speed internet. And when we go through these, I call them rolling brownouts, right? When we go through these quarantine protocols on classrooms, and then those kids have to go home and virtually learn if they've got that ability. I don't want a family having to go drive 10 or 15, 25 miles to a library somewhere so that then they can utilize that Wi-Fi and that internet so that their son or daughter can do their coursework that they're having to do online. Like, it's all hard enough, right? So I'm excited that the governor has rolled that package out. I think that's great.
It feels to me like every technological advantage has drove people to the cities. Almost everything that we've seen for the last 100 years has took people to cities. But rural broadband is the one thing where you're a cattle farmer. A little hard to do that in the city. But the one thing you could go, and if you felt like you have to live in Springfield even, you could go back to McDonald County with rural broadband. You'd be close enough to the airport there in Springfield, and you could raise your family in Pineville if that's what you wanted to do.
Sure.
It's the one thing that could allow folks to be back in a rural setting, and with COVID and with some of the restriction things, I think it makes that even more enticing.
I think it makes it enticing. I think it makes a lot of sense. People that are looking to grow their family or build a home or something like that, and maybe don't want that urban lifestyle, rural broadband is a direct connect back to all the things you need, while still having that peace of mind out in the country.